Landice. Introducing the L10 Treadmill, 90 Series, assembly video. Before you begin the assembly, please make sure you read the assembly manual thoroughly, as it contains important safety warnings and assembly tips. Please note, there are some steps in the assembly process that might require 3 people to help with the assembly. Some components of the machine may be heavy. Please use a second person when doing assembly involving these parts. For assembly assistance, please visit us online, or give us a call. Begin by selecting an area where you are going to set up and operate your machine. For safe operation, the machine must be located on a hard, level surface. When choosing a workout area, make sure you leave enough ample clearance around and above the treadmill. Check the assembly manual for a complete parts list. The following tools are required for this assembly. Some tools are included and supplied on the blister pack. Unboxing. Unboxing and installation of the treadmill should be done by a qualified technician. Please allow a minimum work area of 3 to 5 feet working space to safely remove the box and pallet. Start by moving the shipping crate to a safe, dry area. The shipping crate is heavy and might not be able to fit inside your workout area. With some assistance, move the shipping crate as close as possible to your assembly area. The packaged treadmill is very heavy and should be set with ample clearance around the treadmill. Begin by cutting the shipping straps from the box, using a pair of scissors or knife. Cut all straps around the box. Take off the top of the box and discard it. There are 2 boxes inside the box, a large accessory box and a console display box. Remove any wood bracing from inside the box at this time, and all packaging material. Next, remove the boxes and all parts from the shipping crate. Place the individual parts to the final assembly location. Remove all parts including any bubble wrap. Once all packaging material and parts are removed, cut open the box by cutting out corners. Finally, remove the treadmill base from the box, and place where it will be used. The base is very heavy and will require at least 3 people to move. To remove the base, have 1 person carefully lift the grab bar, and 2 people lift at each front corner, as shown. Place it safely aside for a later assembly, and discard the shipping box plus shipping crate. Do one final review before proceeding to assembly. Visually inspect that both leveling feet are properly leveled and fully attached. Verify the stability of the equipment by adjusting the feet as required. Unboxing is now complete. Step 1. Attaching the upright. Begin the assembly by locating the front of the frame. On both sides, the M10 by 165 and M10 by 180 hex head bolts used to secure the upright to the frame are shipped in the frame, held in place during shipment with 16 mm nuts. Remove and discard the nuts and allow both bolts to slide down. Repeat these steps for both sides of the treadmill. Next, locate the upright, and with some assistance place it over the frame. Align the pins on the bottom of the upright plate with the holes in the frame. Untie the wire tie from the upright and leave wire in place. You will need this to guide the upper wire harness through the upright upper access hole later. Slowly lower the upright into place. Remove 1 nylon lock nut number 11 and a flat washer number 12 from the blister pack. Push the previously removed rear bolt up through the frame and upright base plate, and install the nylon lock nut and flat washer. Do not fully tighten at this time. Thread the front bolt into the welded nut on the upright base plate, but do not fully tighten at this time. Hand tighten the hardware at this time. Repeat these steps for the opposite side. Next, from the inside of the upright plate, thread 2 M10 by 25 hex head bolts through frame bracket into the upright, as shown. Fully tighten the screws using a 16 mm socket wrench or adjustable wrench. Repeat these steps for the opposite side. Once the top screws are fully attached, go back and fully secure the rear and front bolts. Fully secure the bolts using a 16 mm socket wrench. Use one wrench to hold the nut and the other to secure the bolt. Fully tighten the hardware on both sides. Step 1 is now complete. Step 2. Attaching the remote console assembly. Begin step 2 by locating the remote console assembly. and placing it in front of the upright. The console assembly gets attached to the center upright bracket, and the side brackets of the upright. Slowly slide the console assembly into place, matching the holes of the center and side brackets. Attach the remote console assembly to center upright bracket from the bottom using 4 8x15 socket head cap screws, number 13 on blister pack. Partially tighten the screws using the provided M6 Allen wrench. Do not completely tighten. Next, attach the remote console assembly to the upright brackets using 1 8x15 socket head cap screw, found on blister pack. Fully tighten the screw using the provided 6mm Allen wrench. Repeat the same steps on the opposite side. After both side brackets of the console are secured, go back to the bottom screws and fully tighten using the 6mm Allen wrench. After all hardware has been tightly secured, step 2 is now complete. Step 3, assembling the handrail. Begin step 3 by locating the left handrail. Before attaching the handrail, the cover must be removed. Remove the 3M5x15 socket head cap screws holding the left handrail cover using the provided 4mm Allen wrench. Set the cover aside for now. Repeat these steps for the right handrail. Next, attach the left handrail to the upright bracket and the remote console assembly end plates. Matching the holes on the brackets, slowly attach the handrail into place. Secure the handrail using the 6 previously removed M8x15 socket head cap screws and lock washers. Insert the screws in the allocated holes, as shown. Fully tighten the screws using the provided 4mm Allen wrench. Next, locate the left handrail inner cover that was previously removed, and reinstall it. Slowly push the inner cover into place. Secure the inner cover using the 3 previously removed M5x15 socket head cap screws. Fully tighten all screws using the 4mm hex wrench provided. Once the left handrail is fully secured, repeat these steps for the opposite side and secure the right handrail. Once both handrails are fully secured, step 3 is now complete. Step 4, attaching the accessory tray. Begin step 4 by locating the accessory tray and placing it over the handrails. Before attaching the accessory tray, remove the accessory cover and place it aside for now. After removing the accessory cover, slowly lower the accessory tray into place, matching the center holes of the center upright bracket. Try not to crimp the ribbon cable and pulse cable as you set the tray in place. Next, route the cables through the cable notches indicated by the red arrow. The cables should come out the upright top, center notch, as shown. Next, secure the accessory tray from above using 4 M6x16 button head cap screws. Fully tighten the screws using the provided 4mm Allen wrench. Finally, secure the tray from underneath with 2 M6x16 button head cap screws. Fully tighten the screws using the provided 4mm Allen wrench. Step 4 is now complete. Step 5, attaching the console assembly. Begin step 5 by locating the display console. There are 3 cables coming from the bottom of the console: the upper wire harness, the ribbon cable, and the wireless pulse cable. Next, place the display console on top of the base assembly and hold it centered. Locate the guide wire tie coming from the upright cable routing hole. Wrap the wire tie around the upper wire harness, and feed the connectors into the upright cable routing hole. Guide the upper wire harness through the upright and out of the lower access hole. Connect the ground wire and main harness to the lower control board and frame. Next, connect the ribbon cable and the pulse cable from the remote console to the corresponding cables from the console display. Ensure the cables are not crimped or caught between console and upright. Then, engage the studs on the console in their keyways, and slide it forward toward you to lock the display console in place. Finally, secure the console using 4 6x75 button head cap screws. Insert the screws through the bottom of the upright and into the console. Fully tighten the screws using the provided 5mm Allen wrench. Step 5 is now complete. Step 6. Attaching the accessory cover and forward covers. Begin step 6 by locating the accessory cover and placing it over the accessory tray. Lower the cover, engage the tray tabs in the notches of the remote console assembly, and snap the accessory tray posts into their receivers. Next, locate the motor cover and place it over the motor on the bottom of the treadmill. Slowly lower it into place, as shown. Secure the cover using 2 5x25 socket head cap screws, one on each side. Fully tighten the screws using the provided 4mm Allen wrench. Tighten the screws on both sides. Next, locate the forward cover, and slide the forward cover tabs behind the motor cover so that the screw holes align, as indicated by the red arrows. Push the cover into place. Secure the forward cover using 3 5x25 socket head cap screws. Fully tighten the screws using the provided 4mm Allen wrench. Repeat these steps for the opposite side. Assembly of the L10 Treadmill 90 series is now complete. Attach the power connection to the front of the machine when ready to use. See the assembly manual for more information. The treadmill is now ready for use. If the treadmill is not leveled and need adjustment, you may adjust the leveling feet. Adjust the leveling feet as needed. See the assembly manual for more information. Before using the treadmill, please make a final inspection. Congratulations! You have now completed the assembly of the L10 Treadmill 90 series. Please reference the owner's manual for workouts, troubleshooting, and other program features. Enjoy your new L10 Treadmill 90 series. Brought to you by Landice.